Question everything. So when you look at this conflict that's happening in Palestine today, the first thought is, when did all this occur? What was going on with Palestine and Israel before 1948? Before any of the migration of the Wish people going to Palestine in 1948. Some say 1922 up through 1948 to what we know now today. But the reality is, before the migration from Europe to Palestine from the Wish people, what was the conflict between Palestinians and the Wish people? Or was there any? Was Palestine at odds with the Wish people before 1948? Because if not, then what caused the conflict? Who started it? And if the starter of the conflict is not the Palestinians, then who's at fault? These are just questions and thoughts, because at the end of the day, if someone comes in your home, like what happened to the Aboriginal Negroes of America, invades your home and decide they're going to lay siege on you in your own home, do you have the right to defend yourself in your own home? Just a question, right? Well, these are thoughts, because at the end of the day, no one want to be put in a position that the Aboriginal Negroes have been put in a position right here at home in America, because then in the end, without no support, no help, and no other nations coming in to deal with what the Aboriginal Negroes had to deal with alone here in America on their own soil, then eventually you end up like we are, ostracized out of your own land, tricked out of your own reality, pushed out of your own heritage and in your own history, and it get all covered up and rewritten by the people that actually came and invaded you. And then before you know it, you don't even have an identity on your own land. Do you think that can actually happen? Well, hey, you're looking at it right now. Our people has been through that 100%. They call it a paper genocide, where they literally write you out of your own history, to where you don't even remember your own history, to where they can put boots on ground and pretty much put your people under siege to the point where they can stop you from learning and reading by making laws on the land after they get here for you not to read for 200 years, so that way you don't even understand your own reality anymore. Well, that happened to the Aboriginal Negroes of America, and in turn they got written out of their own reality and was told now that they're from a whole nother continent that has no real truth to it, other than the truth that his story has to offer. Not our story, not our reality, but the reality of what the colonizers that invaded the land tells you who we are and where we're from today, and allow you to get information on what they say we are from today. Thus, the confusion. So here we are with Palestine and so-called Israel, or Israel, and we're dealing with a crisis on a magnitude of what we call war. War is an ugly word, a word that breeds deletion to precious lives on both sides. And regardless of the truth, right? Because no one want to talk about the truth. And the truth of the matter is, wrong is wrong and right is right. So wherever there's life being lost, that's the wrong automatically. Everything should be able to be spoken out to a place of understanding. Emotions always got to be controlled. But here we are. And with that, as Aboriginal Negroes, we see now that they've brought these illegal immigrants in and allowing them to join the military here in the United States. For reasons of what? Is the United States going to get involved in this war? Or are they already involved in this war financially? Because after financially, you can put boots on the ground, would you say? But what part do it plays for the Aboriginal Negro? Are we a part of this war with Ukraine and Israel and all these other places? When at the same time at home here in America, we can't get a bill passed to protect us against hate crimes here in America, even though we are the face of it, even though hate crimes have jumped 1,000-fold for us here in America by what the federal census says. Do we supposed to go into a draft and allow these people to draft our children to bring them to war for fights that won't give us reparations here in America, because this government won't give us reparative justice for what they have done to us right here in America with their crimes against humanity on our own people here? Or is it logical for us to even want to take part in someone else's war when we right here in America can get resources from America for our own communities to be economically lifted up? How did that work for us? What do we supposed to think if they ask us to take part in their military to go most likely probably get deleted off the planet over a war that won't bring us any type of justice here in America that we've been asking for since the colonizers got to America? How would that make us look? Because that wouldn't be intelligence to go and fight for someone who openly tells you they don't like you and that they'll never give you justice, that they'll never ever lift an economic finger to be able to uplift you in your environment and in your plight and what you as a nation is going through right here in America. Why would you want to go help anyone in their struggle in any type of war when right here in America, as Aboriginal Negroes, you can't get justice for the massacres and for the holocausts that you've been through from the colonizers that invaded you? How did that work? These are the things that you need to think about when you think about them pushing their woes on you and sufferings on you, because your sufferings go with a quiet ear, to the point where they don't even really teach your real history about what your communities and what your nation and bloodlines have been through. They try to hide the majority of the real gorish things that they have done to us. Literally, to the point where we got to investigate or research people that think like you and I to find our own information about what has really happened here to us and what is still happening to us as we speak right now. You go outside and try to move real fast when law enforcement is around you. May it be a milkshake, a cell phone, a wallet, or just the thought. You can probably leave the planet based off of them fearing for their life when they pull you over. They don't fear for their life when it comes to nobody else, but when it comes to you, it gives them a justified reason to delete you off the planet. But yet, here we are in America, trying to survive, trying to get jobs from a system that openly said, we don't like you, that we willing to put anti-black hatred all around and show that we can make laws to bar you from having all sorts of things with the notion of keeping it quiet amongst ourselves and using code words to keep you economically deprived. So when you think about this war and you think about the wars that the colonizers get into, remember, these are the same wars they brought to you when they destroyed your people and put your people in the position that they are in today. And they never ever gave you reparative justice, nor they never looked back to even think about wanting to help you. Matter of fact, they covered it up and hushed it up and put it to the side and keep it to the side as we speak now. Because as we speak now in 2023, like I said, they won't even give you a bill pass for protection against hate crimes that are happening to you right now, nor would they give you reparative justice in the form of reparations that they actually know they owe you as you sit in the ghettos, slums, and hoods that they provided to put you in and maintain you being there at the same time not allowing you to really overly work for yourselves or own businesses or work for them because they don't want you in their businesses, thus keeping you impoverished so that way they can flood your community with polices that look like them, knowing that when you impoverish, poverty produces crime, and in that they can arrest you and put you in private prisons and mass incarcerate you all around America in the millions, more than any other country arrests people in the world, and at the same time come to you and say, hey, would you fight for me and my wars and try to help me be able to destroy and crush other nations with your might, even though we ain't want to do nothing for your plight here in America? Are you willing to ride with me? No, I am not willing to ride with you, nor am I willing to allow my children to ride with you until you give me justice here in America. And if I don't get justice here in America, then you can forget about me ever wanting to help you in any type of plight that you have and any type of plight that you are going through when it comes to you and your wars. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.